Hi guys, welcome once again. It's still the 29th of December and I'm going to do a DIY headboard. I've done a DIY headboard before. You can check out my, is it a short? I think it was a short, a YouTube short link here where I did a DIY headboard before. But with all the things that have been happening in the years, it unraveled. And I think from that experience, I learned the do's and the don'ts. So I'm hoping to make a very durable one this time around. Reason why I am making my own headboard is because it's cheap. And secondly, it's something that I can just discard. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I'm trying to be very frugal and save. So, and still I want a pretty good looking space. Yeah, I love things. So I'm going to make my own DIY headboard. So please stay tuned. So these are the items I'm going to use. I have bedding fabric that I'm going to use this for the padding, and I am going to use this cloth that almost is like a leather. It's like a leather simulation. It looks like leather, but it's not leather. So that's the outer part of it, and then this is the inside. It's actually very light, and it's not stretchy, but it is very light. So I'm going to use this cloth, and this is the fabric that I used last time. This it's not leather, I don't know what it is. It's like a leather simulation that I used. I'm not sure if it's quite heavy. Wow, I'm not sure if I'm going to make use of it. Like I'm just kind of playing it by the ear. I'll see how far my creativity takes me. And I also have like a plain cloth that I also used on the previous headboard. And then the major thing that I'm going to use is this box. As you can see, this is a very big box because it's almost reaching, this is how tall this box is. This is the height of it when I'm standing next to it. So it's a very strong box. It had a printer, a huge printer was packaged in this box, and when the printer was taken out, I just thought, oh my goodness, I have a good use for this box, so I retained the box. So yeah, I'll give you an overview of how the box looks like. Yeah, so stay tuned. So guys, as you can see, this is a box. I think it had a crate at the bottom, and when the printer was taken out, yeah, this thing was just sort of taken off. So it's quite a huge box. Yeah, so I'm going to fold it in half. As you can already see, it's kind of already folding itself. Okay, so let me show you the other thing that I'm going to use. I am also going to use my sewing machine to sew together the outer cover of the headboard. Yeah, so guys, stay tuned and enjoy. So I have 3 layers of bedding. Unfortunately, okay, I don't know the measurements. I'm going to put the measurements in the description box, but from the look of it, this looks like 1.5 meters. Yeah, anyway, I have 3 layers. Some of them I've put against the box, but I'm thinking of folding them in half and sewing them together so that I make like a padding, especially for the front of the headboard. So let me do this and see how it goes. So this is the first layer that I folded. I'm going to fold the remaining ones. fold in the 3 layers of baiting that I have, and I'm going to sew them together so that they can be more manageable. So I'm going to need my little toolbox where I keep my sewing accessories and stuff. So I need the scissors. I'm going to use white thread and one of my biggest needles. Okay, I'll put this on. Okay guys, so I am busy sewing right round these layers with my thread and my needle. I made sure I doubled the thread so that it's nice and strong. I wouldn't want the... I actually started with like a single thread, but I realized that it was not strong enough and it kept breaking. So to avoid that, I doubled the thread. Okay, just fixing something here. Okay, so I'm sewing right on the 3 layers of baiting so that I join them together. That way it's easier to work with them. Like I'm just doing a simple stitch, nothing fancy, just a simple hand stitch. It will just allow me to put the 3 layers together. So I have turned the 3 folded layers of baiting into 1 layer. I've sewed them together. You can see the stitching. So it's basically a very simple stitching. And here's the overview where you're seeing depressions right round. You see? So I sewed right round. Now I'm going to move on to the next stage. So this gray fabric is what I used in my previous headboard, and I've found a way to incorporate it in this because I literally do not have anywhere to put it. So I'm going to incorporate it in this new headboard that I'm working on. Okay, so this is the idea. Let me see how I can fasten this. So I've managed to have the leather gray cloth go right around one side of the box, but it's not long enough. So I'm going to use this white cloth to cover that gap. And at this point, I'm a bit lazy. I do not want to sew, so I'm going to staple with an ordinary stapler. I'm going to staple this corner to that corner, and then I'll do the same on that other side, and then I'll slide the material through so that this part of it is inside. Okay. So this is the part I've stapled. Guys, please bear in mind that this leather gray material is very thick, so sewing it would have taken me ages, and this is the best solution I found. I'll do the other side now. So this is how it looks. I've just covered the outer side with that leather material. It's just one side. The other side still has the cardboard box showing. So okay, anyway, let me continue and see how I can finish off this. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate the outer fabric. It's the outside is facing upwards, that's why it looks like this, but I noticed it's a bit creased, so I'm thinking of ironing it a bit, then I'll continue. So I've ironed the fabric. It's now a bit straight and less wrinkled, but like I said, I'm playing it by the ear. I've just realized what I wanted to do might not work, so I'm going to try something else. So there's this other fabric that I already had. I'm going to sew it to the batting to make sort of like a pocket, and then already put it on the cardboard box and see how that is going to come out. So what I'm doing here is I am doing some back stitch. I'll sew from here right to the end, and then I'll sew coming down again, and then I'll sew this side, and then I'll leave the bottom side opened so that it creates sort of like a pocket that I can just put on the box. Then I'll work on the final cover. Okay, so I'm done stitching right round. As you can see, I was using back stitch. I was hand stitching. So I've stitched the batting onto this lining material. Okay, let's see if it will fit. So this is going to be the back of the headboard, the one that I've covered in leather, but let's see how this will look. This is the front part of the headboard. I'm going to try and fit it on this the cardboard box and see if it fits. Oh Lord Jesus, I pray it does. I think I'll switch off the camera. No need for you to see all this drama. I have inserted the baiting. So this will be the back of the headboard. Yani? Okay, I'm going to turn it around so that you see the front as well. Okay, so this is the front. Yeah, let's see how this goes. So far so good, I think. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. It's not easy. At this point, I just want to stitch this fabric and get it over with. Okay. So I'm about to sew the final cover and then I'll be done with this. Oh, I'm tired. Okay. So this is the moment of truth. I'm done sewing the final cover. So this I literally just sewed on the two ends, this side and the other side. So I am going to see if it fits. So here's the final product. Look at that. Okay, so the beauty about this is it can stand on its own and it's not a typical headboard. And I think I want to remove the green. How it looks. That's the final look. So that cover that I was working on, that gray fabric, I'm thinking of taking it out because it looks really clumsy and untidy. And I had not cut out the extra white. Okay, but so far, so good. I can't wait to try it out. The beauty about all this is it can actually stand. As you can see, it's not leaning on anything. It can actually stand on its own. So here's my bedroom, and this is before I've put the, what's it called? The headboard. So I'm just going to put it in now. Okay, so I've just put it in. I'm just going to put back the bed in place. So this is how it looks before I arrange the pillows. Okay,